pages that I came across really, really quickly, and frankly, there's not a post that he's put up that I've not been blown away. So the whole point is trying to showcase users and work that's on Instagram, try and help everybody kind of network and discover new content. And there's obviously lots of stuff in the news today around about Instagram and how kind of rubbish it's got. So hopefully this is a feature that people still have a bit of faith that there's still some a bit good with it. So Grant, just a bit about yourself, just in terms of your age and kind of roughly where you're from.
Yeah, man. I'm Grant. I'm 28 and I'm from Fife in Scotland, obviously. Yeah, URBEX photographer.
So for people that they've not had a chance, so obviously I've kind of posted stories in the days building up to this. So for people that have not had a chance to kind of check the page out, what's the general theme? So what people expect when they're checking out your page?
Mainly sort of URBEX photography, exploring, and just anything else I kind of think is worth sharing with people.
Cool. And so what came first, the urban exploring or the photography, or was it something that kind of just came around the same time?
They kind of go hand in hand, I would say, but probably exploring first and then sort of taking some photos and posting on Instagram. I started back in January. I didn't really expect it to go anywhere, but I seem to be doing no bad.
So the urban exploring thing on Instagram, would you say that's got quite a big following just in terms of the other people that are doing it as well?
I think so, yeah. It's quite it's kind of unique in its own way, but there is a lot of people out there that are interested in it. And I know I started off like watching URBEX videos on YouTube, and I was just proper drawn in by it. That's kind of what got me into it.
Cool. And is Instagram the only platform you use, or you've obviously mentioned YouTube, or you got a kind of YouTube page as well?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube. I've got like 13 videos on there of sort of full-length explores, half-an-hour long videos. So if you want to check that out.
Yeah, definitely, folks. What we'll do, if you are interested, obviously you can go follow through the kind of links that's still on my stories, but I'll happily get links from him just for his YouTube and other platforms, and you can give him a follow and tune in. So, Grant, obviously I've had a chance to look through your photographs, and as I said, I've absolutely and for anybody that's not seen them, it's definitely worth going to check out. So, in terms of kit, what do you use? Have you got like a camera, different lens, or do you use a mobile phone? Because whatever you use, it's absolutely awesome, the shots that you're getting.
Thanks, man. Well, I recently got a DSLR camera. I've not really posted any photos from that. All the photos on my page are from my phone, but I will be looking to use the camera more, probably once I upgrade my laptop, because I don't think my laptop's going to handle editing photos of that quality. So mainly my phone.
Definitely. Okay, we'll come on about phones and laptops.
Yeah,
that's it. But just in terms of the kit, we'll absolutely come on to that later on. So you talked about seeing videos on YouTube and being totally drawn into that. So urban exploring came about, or was it you taken on an adventure and that was you hooked, or how did it start for you?
Well, I've kind of always had an interest in like exploring and discovering new places, and certainly old things and history is a big thing for me. So, but then so that's kind of what got me into watching the YouTube videos, because people find some amazing time capsules with things dating back decades, and I just find it fascinating. And then I just kind of went for there. I asked a few of my friends if they'd be interested in trying it out, and they said they'd be up for it. So yeah.
That's cool. That's really, really cool. I saw your post now. Was it on your stories today? There was something. Was it a letter or a newspaper article you'd found in one of the places? That just really fits in what you talked about, the time capsule. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so that was just last night actually. Me and my friend were exploring an old cottage, and we came across a newspaper dated July 21st, 1969, and the headline on the front page was about the moon landing, when Neil Armstrong first walked on the moon. So that was quite amazing. And then in the same cottage we found a letter that was written in a foreign language, which I've now discovered is Luxembourgish, and it roughly translated. We roughly translated it, and it turns out that it looks like it was from somebody in Luxembourg during the war talking about how the Americans were helping them and giving them supplies and all this kind of thing. So that was quite mind blowing as well.
Wow, yeah, things that have kind of been lost just to time.
Exactly.
So in terms of your exploration, we'll kind of come into your favourite place next, but I suppose my next question would be, do you kind of just stick to the kind of Scotland area, or do you go out with, or have you ever, kind of planning to maybe go abroad and take your skills and experience there?
Yeah, I definitely want to venture out of Scotland. So I've got, on Google Maps, I've got like over 700 pins, and a lot of them are for down south, England. So next year I'm hoping to get a road trip down to England sorted. I'm kind of this year I'm trying to focus on mainly Scotland. And I'd also love to go to France as well, and some of the other European countries, because they've got some really good time capsules out there. So,
can it just specifically connected to the war, or is it anything historical that you've got an interest in?
Yeah, just anything historical. Like I like finding old camera equipment and stuff, because obviously I'm into photography. Just anything that's old, I like it.
Actually, and see the pins, in terms of that you want to go, is that from you seeing other videos, or is that from research that you're doing, or kind of a bit of both?
A bit of both, but luckily some Instagrammers who also like the work that I do have been kind enough to donate me some locations.
And so just then moving on to the kind of places that you like doing, so obviously we're not going to give away specifics in terms of where you go, because they're all but in terms of your favourite kind of place, so I've seen you do some amazing places, like stuff that I probably wouldn't fit in due to my muscular build anyway, but you know, kind of underground stuff. So what's your kind of buildings? What's your preference?
Well, every location is kind of unique and special in its own way, I would say. Underground stuff is good because, well, it's just exciting, really, to be underground and not really know where you're going. I like kind of old castles and churches, but really the time capsules are the big ones for me. Finding things still in their place from 50, 60 years ago and things, it's like cemented in time, like an image cemented in time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does, and I suppose that leads on to the kind of next thing I was going to ask you about. So your shots, obviously, it's a really, really good mix, the stuff that you're discovering, as well as you and your troops when you're out exploring. So do you set up the shots, or do you find that you're drawn more to actually just photographing things as they are? You've obviously talked about time capsule, so that sounds to be something that's quite important.
Sorry, could you repeat the first part of that question?
Yeah, so in terms of the photographs that you take, so you talked about time capsules, obviously how important that is. So do you move things about before you take photographs, or do you find that you just photograph things as they are?
I normally just photo things as they are. If something's not in a place that would make a good photo, I would just either not take the photo or take the photo as it is. Yeah.
So in terms of editing, you've obviously talked about your laptop and stuff like that. So at the moment, how do you go about editing your photographs in terms of apps or software?
Yeah, so there's an app that you can get on the Play Store or Apple iStore, whatever you call it, that I use, called Snapseed. You can do all sorts of things on there. Not a promotion, by the way. But yeah, I would recommend getting that to anybody who wants to make their photos just look a bit better and mess around with editing. But I do want to get an upgraded laptop and use some proper Photoshop sort of software.
Yeah. So was it Snapseed that you called it?
Snapseed, yeah.
So quite user friendly. I've not heard of that one.
Definitely user friendly. There's multiple things you can do on it, and it seems to be working for me. So,
is it free, or has it got some free features and then you kind of sign up? You know, there's a bit of a mix.
Well, it was free to me. It was free when I got it. I've not it's never really sort of prompted me to upgrade to a payable version or anything. So yeah, it's free.
So I'll definitely give that a look. Love a freebie.
Yeah.
So just looking at in terms of, you've obviously talked about your 700 odd pins, which sounds amazing. Can't wait to see the photographs from it all. But what's next? What's coming up next that we can look forward to in terms of your visits and your photos we've got coming up?
So actually this weekend I'm hoping to be test flying a drone. So if all going well, I should be starting to get some aerial shots of locations. And then, just like I said, upgraded equipment, road trips. I'm wanting to get a road trip sort of up north, west coast of Scotland before the summer's over. And yeah, just a lot more locations.
So listen, we're really looking forward to seeing that. Me especially. My wife, she's kind of shown her stuff earlier on. She was absolutely loving it. So no, I can't wait. So in terms of people that have never done any urban exploring, maybe a bit like you, they've seen a few videos online, maybe checked it, they've seen some of the cool photographs. So what for people maybe looking to start out?
I would say like explore local places first, just to get the sort of hang of it and make sure you're going to enjoy doing it, because sometimes it can be quite brutal getting into some of the places. I would go in a group, never go yourself. So, but not too big a group. I normally go between 2 and 4 people. Always bring torches, because obviously a lot of places are dark, especially if you're going underground. Take multiple torches, because you don't want the torch to run out. Be respectful of the locations and the things in the locations. Nobody likes it if you're smashing things up and just being a nuisance. Just be ready for anything and have fun.
No, cool. That's great advice. Folks, I'm seeing, so apologies, this is the first time I've used Instagram Live, but if any questions, do fire them in. Grant, I'm just going to have a very quick flick through, see if there's anything sitting, just loads of people liking and waving. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you all.
It's really good, and you know, folks, this is the first one. Grant and I have already talked about, had a conversation earlier on, so we've already talked about kind of going on a joint adventure and get some photographs done together. So
definitely
putting that on, folks. There's no questions. It's on. So if anybody's got anything they want to ask, probably now's the time. But
somebody's asked something there.
Want to read it out?
Would you ever do cave diving? I would love to do cave diving. I actually watch quite a lot of cave diving on YouTube. I'm dying to go and do my sort of first scuba diving course, so hopefully that will happen this year. But yeah, I would definitely love to do cave diving.
So you've obviously got no fear, because I've
got loads of fear, mate. Trust me. Like I've got a major fear of heights, and you'll see me climbing up big towers and standing on roofs and everything.
Yeah, you're speaking to somebody that had to get rescued from the glass square in Blackpool Tower, so I can't say anything about heights. Anyway, Grant, is there anything else that you want to add, just to the stuff we've kind of do?
Just that I'm looking forward to collaborating more and doing more stuff like this. Seeing where Instagram can take me. And you, of course.
Yeah, cool. How have you found? So there's obviously lots of chat today, and I only really kind of made my Instagram and really properly started using it kind of May. The stuff that people are talking about, I've not really noticed, because I never had in the times. But just when we're on the subject, have you yourself an impact on your feed?
Over the last sort of couple of months, I noticed a lot less sort of engagement with my posts and stuff. And my stories, but it's starting to pick up again now. I only started my page in January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I've used Instagram in the past for like private stuff and that. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen all the stuff about it, but I've not really noticed it myself either, to be honest.
So it's just it's difficult for me to gauge, because it's still quite new. So. No, that's really, really helpful.
I do see it kind of trying to be like TikTok a bit with the reels and stuff. And and like you've got to post reels if you want proper engagement and stuff. That's how it seems, but yeah.
Quite exhausting. Well, folks, listen, I can see loads of names on there in terms of people that are tuned in or still tuned in, so I know Grant will be, but I definitely am really grateful for everybody that's tuned in. Thank you. As I said, it's just us trying to kind of, meander our way around about these kind of different things I'm offers, but we will be working together really soon, Grant. We'll get some fantastic photographs, and I genuinely can't wait to see more explorations. I'll get some from you just in terms of your other social media platforms, and I'll get them put in stories as well. So if anybody's not had a chance, please do check Grant out. His stuff is absolutely amazing. And
thanks a lot, man. Yours too. Like, look forward to seeing you, working with you soon, man.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye.